Okay, that was an unnecessary ban. Very unnecessary. My ears ain't looking all that, is it? From what's going forward. Pretty much be the other side, isn't it? That'll do. I'm not just copy the fucking link. Yes, boys, what we saying, man? What we saying? YouTube audio must be, should be a lot better now. Let me know if it ain't, by the way, for you boys on YouTube. Let me just get this link sent over. I need to change that little photo. For real. Yes, Tommy, what we saying, bro? How are we doing, boys? Wee, Mary's all over the joints. Hope you're good. Let me make sure I got my YouTube channel. Yes, Matt. Audio's good. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, I've got a mic set up here. Perfect. I'm happy to see that's working. No. Let me make sure I got my tube chat up. Yeah. There we go. Sweet. Yes, SA, what we saying, bro? We unluckily got held off straight at the end of that, which was bollocks. Today's setup, bro. This is what Lou had for London session on EU. What time did this actually come true? It's about 9 o'clock. Very similar to GU. To be honest, after we was having these manoeuvres, I was mainly favouring GU, just because it is that little bit weaker. But obviously, it's that much weaker that it was unable to get into that short. But that dollar started showing us those bullish moves quite early. And we saw disrespects of this fair value, this DTO, what's going on there? DTO, this fair value. So it looks like we are just going to start continuing up now for the dollar, which is a big surprise. I wouldn't have thought the dollar would have been pushing up too much today. But I mean, I feel like that's just in anticipation of the news coming up this week, right? Yes, Clips. Good morning, bro. Good morning, bro. It's like 12:30, mate. We are so far away from the morning, it's a joke. Good afternoon, bro. Cam, morning, bro. Morning, mate. Are you alright, bruv? Are we alright? Afternoon, Cam. Jesus Christ. GJ was actually insane this morning, and has been insane for the last few weeks, to be honest. The yen basket has been trading very nice against the pound, the euro, the dollar. UJ shorts, Euro short, Euro JPY shorts, GJ shorts, all have been really nice. Today come through really nice. We had that accumulation obviously blatantly in Asia session, with those three highs pretty much being our main liquidity levels for the morning. Asia sweeping that, well, just after Asia really. What we got about 6:15. So as soon as as soon as Asia finishes, really, that's when we had that sweep, and then we saw that push to the downside of it. It actually looks like we are going to continue the same narrative, which, to be honest, makes sense in terms of the market sentiment at the moment. The yen is actually holding its bias quite well. That's a safe haven currency that right now has been doing very well. But just to let you boys know what's going on in the markets right now is everything is down in it. Everything. Every sector in the index, stocks, bonds are the only thing that are doing quite well. But obviously, when you've got bonds booming, it normally shows there's a possible recession, or just massive market uncertainty. So we'll have to see what the next few weeks brings, because we've got those reciprocal tariffs coming in what, 2 days? They'll actually start being in place 9th. Are you looking to complete MMSM? What's MMSM? These abbreviations in trading. It's probably something very similar to what I look at. Is EU going up soon? What do you think? I think it's hard to dictate that. I mean, DXY looks like it is reaching for that prior day, so I think EU definitely could still continue the fall. Have we taken Asia yet? We haven't. I feel like us coming down to Asia lows sort of does make sense in consideration for the daily true. But again, I think identifying what DXY wants to do is key, right? Because obviously when we're looking at GUEU, we've got to take DXY massively into account. So if we don't see DXY sort of breaking lows or disregarding some fair values, then we can only assume that's going to continue to move up. And obviously liquidity levels that are very good for London session is prior day ranges. You do normally see during London, you do take out ranges. I mean, the first sell off this morning was immaculate. So we've already actually swept the prior day liquidity. But I think the reaction that we are sort of waiting for is towards this Asia high, not necessarily a prior day high, but more this Asia high here. That was created sort of mid-Asia session, 4:45, 3:30 in the morning. Just sort of like mid, you could say the kill zone of Asia, but it's just not a fucking thing, is it? To be honest. So again, if we're not seeing any bearish movement, then you know what I'm saying, we can only assume that it's continuing to move up. It would be silly to pre-assume that. Again, look at the market, right? I know I'm going down to a small time frame here, but I mean we're gonna have to because of how the market has been moving lately. Just off of pure uncertainty, but we can see obviously this range here was mitigated through this fair value. Well, I say that the fair value is actually here, but through that fair value, and then we continue on, and then we can see we're pushing to this order block, and now we're sort of going towards this external liquidity level. So I'm still seeing us come up to the Asia high. This external high looks beautiful to obviously come and take and confirm that move to the Asia high. Once we got that, fuck knows, we could reverse at that point. Hopefully we can see the strength in the euro, which is probably the last week of strength we're going to get for the euro for a bit, I reckon. Depends on how they react to these tariffs, of course. If there's deals put in place, then we'll see. But yeah. Yes, come out, what we saying, bro? EU to take Asia low. That's what we're looking for, bro. But to be honest, that genuinely makes sense. I mean, look where the prior day low is, right? Look where the prior day low is, and then the Asia low is where the TP is, right? So, sorry, let me move this to the left a little. That's the prior day low, and then we've got Asia's low literally here. If you look at DXY, pretty much the exact same. Not much different, right? We've got the prior day high just sitting below the Asia's high. So it makes sense for us to come and grab that low. After we could see reversal, we'll see what the market's saying. Again, still massive market uncertainty. So I don't think a clear bias on the lower time frame is strong enough. I feel like this is why at the moment we've been more respecting these higher time frame levels a lot more recently. Yeah, GJ is very bearish, bro. This is what he's looking at in pre-London. Obviously, I don't trade yen pairs, so I didn't place anything. But this is what we was looking at quite early. This was very early on actually. Yeah, this was 6:35. I think I plotted it on when price was like, I'm not even too sure. It might have come back to entry. Might have just been around here somewhere. Might have even been here. And then we had that lovely distro to the downside. And I'm still bearish, right? I'm still bearish for GJ. The pound's obviously got that weakness. We've had some real shit data recently. And obviously just a mixture of the yen being quite bullish, which is fucking key. The sun is shining, man. Sorry, I think I lost a few of the comments. What happened to Stu? Tough 2 weeks, me, wife and kids are off for 2. Oh no. No! Oof, that's actually slightly painful, that actually. Plus your wife loves Easter, so you probably have to dress up as a fucking Easter bunny or something. To be fair, your kids ain't that young, fucking hell. To be fair, I'll be really, really worried if your kids like wanted you to do that. Bro, please, what session you trade? We trade London session, bro. We trade London session. We used to trade New York session, but we no longer trade New York. We trade pure London. I jump on here in New York purely just to help you boys out. Any questions you got in trading, I can answer probably 95% of questions you guys can ask me. Snow Bunny, crazy. That is crazy. Stu would love that as well. So you think it's not good? I'm not saying it's not good, but my strategy works best for London, right? And for me, in terms of psychology, it works. What did you say? Message retracted. Oh, you deleted it. Or did it get taken off? I'm not saying New York's bad, right? That's not what I'm saying. New York's obviously a very, very good session in terms of how much liquidity is within it. Very high volatile market during New York. Beautiful. Honestly, with the New York Stock Exchange as well, being heavy, the dollar being the most, well, the US being the biggest economy in the world, it would be stupid to say that New York's not a good time to trade. But for me, London just works better with my psychology. Waking up, I'm from London myself, so well, I'm from the UK, so it makes sense trading London session, waking up early in the morning. It's just a better life routine, right? If I was someone who's trading New York, I could be profitable, but I would probably slob about. Do you know what I mean? I'd probably wake up at like 10 o'clock, roll out of bed after finishing myself, have a shower, go eat fucking, you know what I'm saying, go slob out, probably tear a zane, and then hopefully you might know what these keywords are, because I can't say these words, you know, at face value. But realistically, it's just not the lifestyle to live for me personally, bro. I feel like I've got the rest of my day. Once I'm done trading, man, I'm done trading for the day. I trade from 7 till 10. I'm on the charts from 6 till 10 pretty much. 10:15, 10:30. Analysing the markets, which is perfect, man. That's my morning done. Boom, I can do whatever the fuck I want to for the rest of the day. I think it's quite easier for plans when you work in the morning and then you use the other part of the day to do what you want. If it's work on another business, if it's fucking play like golf, play football, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, in my opinion, it's a better way to go about trading, especially if you're from the UK. If you're from New York, I'd say the same thing, trade New York, because it's your local time, right? Makes sense. If you're from New York trading London session, bruv, I don't want to meet you, innit? I hope I never meet anyone from New York that trade. Nah, I'm joking, that's bang out of order. But we've actually got a few people from fucking New York, so it's crazy. But I'll be honest, when you are from New York, trading London session at like 2, 3 a.m. We've got some clients in Jamaica trading at 12 p.m. Like 12 a.m. Sorry, like midnight, 1 a.m. whatever it is in Jamaica. Mate, it's long, bro. It's hard on your psychology. Again, I say this all the time. It's a psychological game, innit? At the end of the day, it's a psychological game, and if you just got to set yourself up for the best result, and the best way to do that, if you're a London trader, trade London, trade the morning. That's your day for your trading. Reevaluate in the afternoon maybe, or just make a better. Do you know what I'm saying? Make a plan around it. It's hard to make a plan in New York, man. That's my way. Obviously, everyone's different. For me, my psychology, London's the best to trade, and my model fits it like a glove. To be honest, boy. So don't fix what's not broken, right? and this has been working. I used to trade New York Session. Used to trade New York Silver Bullet. Had some success with it. I personally didn't like trading throughout the whole day. I feel like it ruined, like, it really takes a toll on my mood as well. Because I could have a good morning, shit afternoon, shit morning, good afternoon. Your mind's all over the place. Sometimes it's good to have a loss, reevaluate on it, come back at the next stage. Plus, I don't necessarily like trading twice. I don't like having 2 trades a day. The reason why is because, in my opinion, really, there's one trade, just one move you want to catch a day max. Personally, that's it. That's all you want to catch. One move of the day. That's all you want. That's all you need. You'll notice the best traders trade, like, their strategy, like, is come down from loads of things. It's hard to explain because I'm shit at explaining things, innit? But you learn so many things. It sort of trickles down into what fits you the best. So everyone's going to be different, right? Everyone's going to be different. Even if one of my mentor students, for example, they're somewhat going to be a little different to me, even though I taught them how to trade, right? Me and Lou, we've got that tiny tweaked difference. But again, it's just purely off psychology. It's what fits well for us. Is it just me, or is this YouTube like bare fuzzy? Or is it? Let me make this a bit smaller. We'll see, but we'll see how we react to this fair value for DXY, and we see what sorry EU, and we'll see how we react to this range. Because we could have that move down, or we could have that move up. It just depends what we want to come grab. Realistically, I'd say we want to be looking at this range really on the 5 minute. So if we get a trade through here, then we are going to see that price start moving to the downside. Or if we grab this external high here, then we can see that coming to grab the Friday high. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, sweet. Yeah, for me it's bare fuzzy. If you ain't got your glasses on, that might be why. But for, no, it's actually mad full. I'll show you, innit? It's mad fuzzy for me. So, I mean, look at me, look. Right, what? Might just be for me though, innit? Do you trade gold? I don't trade gold, bro, but I would like to say that I've got quite a good understanding of it, to be honest. So feel free to ask me anything about gold. NQ, I'll be real, boys. All indexes just short them fuckers, man. Don't even. If you are, enter with your model, innit? Because you'll probably notice at times like this, models don't work out because you're looking for certain structure, for certain liquidity to get taken, and that might not be working right now in sort of the stock/index market. The reason why that is because we're seeing a huge sell-off of stocks, literally internationally. Chinese stocks, we've seen some of the indexes drop by 44% today. We've seen 20% from like another one, I think 25 from another Chinese index. US, we got the Nasdaq down 6%, fucking S&P down 5 to 6%, Dow Jones down about relatively the same, FTSE about 6%. Right, we've got other European stock indexes down, Euro stocks down, GER 30 down, a lot of it's down. So in terms of trading Nasdaq and all that, just be careful because it's going to be very volatile right now. But I would say the main narrative for the market is those short positions. Just prioritize those shorts, but at the same time, still trade your model. Just because the market's going down, don't start being that type of guy that just fucking enters a market execution here. Completely disregards his model, just wants to get in to earn a bit of money. And then even if you profit from that, the worst case scenario is actually you profiting from that, I swear down. The worst case scenario is you profiting from that. Because you'll realise, you think, okay, I can do that. You do it like 4 or 5 times and you'll be down a ridiculous amount. I promise you. But yeah, just don't get any, it's quite easy. I've seen in the past, it's relatively easy, and I've done it myself, put my hands up. Relatively easy. So when the market starts moving heavily one direction, you just fucking lose your mind. Strategy goes out your head, and you start placing just because you want to start getting some winning trades, just to show your girlfriend, or just to try and show a bird, and in like science class or something. We've seen bonds get bought up. The thing is as well with bonds getting bought up, which I think we need to address really. Wow, bonds have come back up. Woo. They've come back up a little bit, but the good thing about having the thing about bonds, right? When bonds start to get bought up, and by the way, just how sort of the yield curve works is when you've got bond prices lower, right? The yield goes up. So if you buy bonds at a lower price, you earn more off it, right? It's just how it works. And if obviously bonds come down, then yields go up. Obviously, or did I say that already? Vice versa. Vice versa. But for an example, right now we're getting bonds. People are buying bonds, right? So bonds on the left, we're buying bonds, yeah. So that's why we're seeing the yield decrease. But what does that show? Because the bond market is a massive sort of indicator for one huge thing, and that normally is recession. Either recession, which could definitely be possible for numerous economies right now, a recession, or just huge market uncertainty. I'm not going to write market uncertainty, but huge market uncertainty, right? So that's why you need to be careful. When bond yields go low, be careful, okay? Because that's a very uncertain time. When the market's uncertain, it starts looking for people to grab their liquidity. Why are you guys not in the office? I haven't been in the office. I wasn't in the office last week anyways. Lou was in the office last week. That's what I believe it was anyway. That's what I believe it. Sorry, did I miss something? Because OBS and Restream I've been split for now. Oh, do you go live, do you? What are you trading? Well, what we trade is EG, EU, GU. Our main, obviously, European, well, our main major FX pairs is what we're looking at. Strategy, Asia liquidity, boys. Asia liquidity. This is the entry model. Liquidity model is mainly CRT. It's higher time frame CRT. HTF. CRT. This is the main strategy we've been trading for fucking God knows 4 years. We've been learning and perfecting for the last 4 years. Asia liquidity and higher time frame CRT. This is our model. Alongside fundamentals, of course. Don't forget those bad boys. We're getting GU trade very low. Unlucky with GU this morning. Just didn't come back up to entry. We'll see what EU.com does comes down to now. Does Swift own a desk in your office? Who's Swift, bro? Who's Swift? I've wanted to spend it. Yeah, I know, bro. Honestly, mate, it's long, bro. We used to have a we had quite a big TikTok at one point. 80k followers. Every time we'll go live, we was getting like minimum 600 people at a time. Like, we had a huge TikTok at one point, man. Huge. But it's just what TikTok do, man. It's just what TikTok do. They will take it off. Yeah, I thought so, Jamie, innit? I thought so, bro. Let me give you a wipe. Wipe it down, wipe. Well, I just come back and I'm butt naked. Okay, Jesus Christ, back to the charts, mate. Back to the charts. Wipe it down. Remember that era, man? Who remembers that era? It's like a week of videos going around, mate. You idiot. Grow up. It's because you was people they banned. Thing is, Charlie, they're never gonna know. Do you know what I mean? How would they know if you're doing that? How would they ever have a clue if you're doing that? They're not gonna look into. I think I made it more blurry, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Ain't gonna lie. Let me give it. Wipe it down. Wipe. This time I actually am butt naked. Not joking. That wouldn't be funny at all, bro. Because that'd be pretty. Do the renegade dance. Clips. Fuck you. FX, bro. FX. What about you, bro? They're man trade futures nowadays, don't they? So do you wait for Asia? Oh. So do you wait for Asia accumulation, London manipulation, and New York distribution? That's pretty much how we look at it. Well, a day doesn't always pan out like that. It would if it's moving nice, it will. But the market one, what we're looking for is pretty much just the accumulation in Asia, really, and then the manipulation in European session, which we're looking for around 7 till 10. I guarantee more, but you man on YouTube can see that I'm trying to grab the water bottle and I'm missing it by like a good foot. I took a dark turn real quick. Yeah, it did. Back in the game. Back in the game. We'll see. We've not actually broken this low yet. Teasing, isn't it? Proper teasing. We'll have a look how it comes through though. It's still coming down quite nice, EU. We're still trading within this 15-minute fair value here. So if we can keep ourselves in here, we look really nice. So that continuation down to that Friday low / that Asia low, where we're looking for price to go grab liquidity. Sure, is your monitors wallpapers? No. No. I am in the same trade you're in, but ended off that fair value gap at the start. What fair value gap, bro? What fair value gap, sorry? This is the first bearish fair value we had. What time frame? Bought a market open this morning up 3k. Lovely stuff, bro. What did you jump into? Oil was back to 60 a barrel. You saw the lows of like 59 today, which is mad considering like a week ago we had the highs of like 72 a barrel, went to 59, which is nuts. Do please analyze gold? Of course I can, bro. One thing I'll say about gold right now is, and why it's quite difficult to trade gold right now. Yes, Trizzy, what you saying, bro? Hope you're good, man. Hope you're good. Hope we're good, boys. Let me just make sure I've... Yeah, sweet. One thing annoying about gold at the moment is the markets are uncertain. So normally in times like this, you do see gold boom. But the main reason why we're not seeing gold boom is because of the possible recession calls that we're getting. Alright, so the recession calls, take it as like a margin call. We've got that eerie suspension around possible recessions, which is a horrible situation, really, because we are getting stagnant growth in GDP and inflation not really doing much. Inflation will go up soon, which is good. I'll be honest, these tariffs coming in has sort of saved inflation a little bit, has knobbed off the growth, which is pretty shit. But the thing is about gold, right? I would say at the moment, short is probably the most favoured options. Your favourite trades. What we saw this morning was... No, not this morning, sorry. It was Friday, wasn't it? It was Friday. It was perfect. That move up, sweeping that Friday high to the left here. Sorry, the New York high, not the Friday high. This high here for the move down was absolutely perfect. There was no entry there. But I think the continuations of these moves are important. Again, like what I was saying, higher time frame is very important at these times. I think the hourly's got some really nice ranges. 4 hours really nice with the ranges as well. We can see this prominent bearish move here, which realistically we'll be looking for internal liquidity to get filled here, for us then to grab the external, which is this low here, right? That is mainly what we're sort of facing for gold. I mean, look at the markets, right? We've been seeing DXY bearish, yeah, and we've been seeing gold also bearish. So we do have a bit of a contradicting market here, because normally when we do have gold booming, we've got the dollar going down, because normally the reason why gold's going bullish is because of the uncertainty. What was that thing called, man? Does BTC USD consolidate during London session? I'm not too sure, bro. I don't trade crypto, man. I'm not too sure. I can only assume New York time. Obviously, New York, you'll have a lot more liquidity in the crypto market. So I would say London probably would tend to accumulate a bit more than New York. New York session is still going to be strong. But I mean, I'm not big on crypto, man. Crypto for me with the yeah, it's just not the one. Crypto is not the one to trade. Investment, different story. That I can see investments coming into that, but in terms of like a short period trade system, I'm not too sure about it, man. With crypto, there's not too much. Yeah, I wouldn't be entirely happy waiting for this day to end and then tomorrow. Yeah. The thing is as well, I wouldn't even say tomorrow, because I'd say with EU it's going to look much better towards Thursday, Friday. We've got inflation for the euro in a few weeks. We've still got a little bit of time for that. At the end of the week, bearing in mind we've got bank earnings, which are really important, so we get some more knowledge of where they're at financially, their earnings. And then we've got inflation for the dollar, reciprocal tariffs coming in for all the countries that have received them. The EU being one of them, right? So I think you need to really be careful at the moment. I think getting it in at the right time is ridiculously important. Gold is just sneaky link for real, man. I'll be real. A lot of investors mainly trade gold seasonally. There's times where gold does tend to boom. End of the year is normally the best time for gold. You'll probably notice November, December time. Solid. Little tip I'll give you there is very good. But it's a seasonal thing, right? I mean, you've always got to see where the money's going into in the markets, and at the moment it's going towards bonds. So if you're someone that trades Forex but then has trades that say on a different account, say different funded or different personal, whatever, and you trade say markets that are booming, like for an example at the moment we'll be looking towards, I mean, bonds is a different story, because bonds you wouldn't look at, bonds you don't trade, right? You don't trade bonds. But for an example, say indexes, say the Chinese indexes are booming, say if you're someone to put money in Hang Seng, which is up, I don't know, which is down probably about 20-25% at the moment. If you're someone that's who invests in booming markets, then it makes sense. But if you're someone who sticks strictly to Forex and those, I'd say try not to jump on any gold trades, because it kind of does ruin your P&L, especially if you lose, man. Even if you win, right? Even if you win that trade and say you get 6, 7, 8 R, you don't know when you're going to be getting those trades. It's sort of way less mechanical doing it that way, right? So I'll try and keep everything as mechanical as possible. Feel free to have a different account though that you just place fucking trades on to have fun. I do that, man. I've got a separate strategy. I've back tested for a decent amount of time, and now forward testing, which is the DTO strategy. Not specifically, but mainly with Euro GBP, which has been working very well. Very well. I've managed to get past on a phase 1, pretty much. not with all the DTO trades, but majority. Phase 2, I haven't got any trades yet on that, but we'll see if they come through. Again, the markets are quite difficult at the moment, boys. If you're someone that isn't finding it easy to identify trends or what's going on, don't you dare worry. Honestly, these markets are not easy. They're not for the faint-hearted. But this is the thing: you have markets like this, especially in a pound month or a year. And this is why it's important that I say to people, just aim for an average 3, 4, 5%. Because if you're someone that gets, say, 8, 9, a few 8, 9, 10 R months, and then you move into a month like this month, you're probably going to get some big psychological problems up there. Mainly being, fuck, I earned 8R. Have I lost that to trade? Let me just chuck a trade on. And then it's a slippery slope from there. I'm sure some of you boys have been in that scenario before. Trading's hard, boys. Trading's very hard, honestly. And that's why I'd always say you can never, ever, ever call yourself profitable if you haven't been trading for at least a year. Because you have to go through a full 12-month period of trading. And realistically, Jan through December. Like, if you start, for an example, if you're someone who starts live testing, say, fucking June, and you do a year, June to, say, June, or whatever, or whatever months before June, is it May? Can't actually remember, just stupid. I think it's May. I'm going to say it's May. Don't correct me if I'm incorrect, because it'd be retarded if not. But say June to May, right? You're not. It's always so much better to get a full year from Jan to December, so you can really see how the market pans out. How you're going to trade in Jan, how your strategy trades in Feb, and how your psychology sticks for that whole year round is really important. The reason why I say January to December and not like June to March or like June to May, whatever, is because you got to think you probably won't be trading for a good half of December. It's always good to get a good knowledge from forward testing from Jan to December. Always. And not just looking at your currency pairs as well. And this is the thing I talk about all the time. Interconnected markets. Something to always keep in the back of your head, right? Fucked up there. Interconnected markets. And what I mean by this, yeah, handwriting's mad, I know, but don't hold that against me. But interconnected markets, right, refers to what markets affect other markets. So how does the bond market affect stocks? How does interest rates, sorry, how does inflation affect interest rates decisions, right? All these different things, not just actual markets, could even be monetary policy and stuff like that, right? But knowing interconnected markets is key, and that's why I'd say if you can trade a full financial year, a full year forward testing, that's when you can really understand a lot in the markets. But a lot of people do get confused when the market comes around to these periods of no trades, and they're like, bro, why can't I find nothing? Can I not trade? Have I lost my brain? Maybe I shouldn't have done that Zuni last night. Do you know what I mean? You probably start losing it. I've come across that a few times as well, man. Yeah, when I was learning. Like, bro, do I even know what I'm doing? Like, bro, how many of you man have felt that? Surely there's someone up there. But I remember I went through it 3 or 4 times. I was like, bro, do I actually know what I'm doing? Like, what is actually going on? I've actually forgotten how to trade. But more time, it's actually not because you've forgotten. It's because your strategy's not giving you anything. There's a reason. The market's shifted. The market's in a situation where it's probably favouring indexes at the moment, or it's favouring the bond market. But it's always good if you can understand why that's happening, right? Do you know what I'm saying? I think that sometimes it's normal to think that. I'll be so honest with you. Any summer holiday plans? Nah, man, not yet. I mean, me and Lou are looking to travel around Europe at some point. I'll probably go to Portugal, play some golf. I think me and my boys want to do that. That'd be absolutely unreal. Going Ireland at one point. Obviously, got to do a yearly Dublin fucking night. I think that's. I think once you get past sort of the age of 21, you just go Dublin every year just for the literal sake of it. We're moving nice off this fair value here, to be honest. We are really moving nice off this fair value. Detail is so simple and effective. It is, man, and fucking hell. And the meaning behind it's strong as well. The meaning behind it is so strong. It's not just this flaccid fucking concept, right? It makes sense. It makes sense, especially in terms of how tapping into orders refers. Waiting for this day to end. That's brilliant. Yes, Musa, what we saying, my boy? I hope you're good, bro. Bro, seen this guy hit 24 to 30 RR trades. That's cool. Let's go. Who's Bitcoin, baby? What's your longest drive? To be honest, bro, I've only been playing golf for like 3 months. I've not actually tested myself. I've actually not got a good enough driver to actually test. I've just bare been hitting the irons, man, trying to get the irons correct. I reckon I can tear a driver though, man. I reckon once I can start hitting a driver, I'm tearing it. Absolutely tearing it. I'm just getting my wedges and my irons good at the moment. If I cream a wedge, a pitching wedge, I reckon my average is like 160 at the moment. Honestly, I reckon I could tear a driver. Oh, you cheeky bastard. Cheeky guy. Can you try out Asia accumulate? What actually was great about today's trade, it wasn't just the accumulation of Asia, it was actually a mixture of things. And this is the thing about knowing concepts and liquidity as well, and prior or premium and discount arrays. Yesterday gave us that perfect footprint towards the downside, right? The perfect initiative for the first move. No, sorry, that was Friday. Not yesterday, Friday. Gave us that perfect initial move to the downside for our EU-GU pairs, which was perfect. And that was mainly because of the news which came out last week with those tariffs, making the dollar boom a little. So we definitely did see EU and GU to move to the downside. I don't think we're going to see EU massive EU weakness coming just yet, but I think the shorts are really what you want to be going for. I'm just being cautious, right? I'm just being cautious at the moment. But we had the push into the prior day, okay, which was here, which was absolutely perfect, and then we had the height of the Asia, and then we had Asia session finish around here, okay, and at that point we've grabbed this high, and now we're just sweeping more liquidity, and it looks like we just came further into that prior day 50 before having that lovely move down, trading through a fair value gap and then continuing down. So the accumulation through Asia was the sell orders. So we had sell orders here, and obviously you've got buyer stops in there as well. Our buyer stops are just laying in this area here. So all the people that were looking to get in those buyer stops got in, see some profit, and saw themselves get milked like a bunch of cows. Hopefully that is not a form of hate speech, because I wouldn't be surprised. Would you target Asia low in the EU or strive for more? In markets like this, bro, I wouldn't try to squeeze the market for everything it's got. Do you know what I mean? It's like having your 13th of the day and you just got nothing coming out. Just stop. Do you know what I mean? Just I've got to try to stop doing this shit on TikTok. This is the exact reason why I get taken off. It's the exact reason. That's a pre-London thing, mate. So I need to remember that. This is a pre-London thing. But you know what I mean, though, boys? I'm not going to have to repeat myself, but for the boys in there, you know what I mean. Girls, I don't know what the opposite of that is, to be honest. You got a handicap yet? Not at the moment. I've only played 3 18s. I've actually not done bad. Yesterday I actually did fucking alright. My first one I did 118. Second I did 116. And then third yesterday I hit 106. Nearly nearly broke 100 on my third full 18, which is nice. I played a few nine holes. Played a good probably five 9 holes. Get myself nice and ready for those iron shots. I'll be honest, I don't even if I'm on a par 5, I still don't use a driver. I'll use a 5-iron straight off a tee. I can't hit a driver yet. But I've been trying to cream those iron shots at the moment. That's what I've been focusing on. And then I'll get into that driver. Let's be honest, you've got more irons than what you've got drivers, so that's why I always want to get the irons pattern and the wedges. I think I do need to get myself a little gap wedge though, I think. I hate using driver, yeah man, I can't hit it for shit. Lovely stuff, Inferno. Lovely stuff, bro. It's fair play. That's what I'm saying. If you want to fucking close your trade now, I normally say don't close your trade. I've always said it, right? Don't close your trade. But these markets are very uncertain, I feel like it does sort of make sense using, if you do have stop loss break even or whatever for these times in the market, because securing profits are quite key. And we're seeing big manipulations, right? We're seeing big moves happen session to session. Asia session, we're moving what, 101 pips, bro? Are you mad? Are you crazy? London so far, no, London 100 pips. 100 pips is nothing nowadays. Honestly, it's like the average now. So realistically, realistically, take your profits if you want, boys. I'm passing my 50k funded today. What do you mean, bro? Have you passed it already? Don't try and force it. If you're one trade away, bro, don't. My advice would be don't force it, because these aren't the markets to be forcing any trades. I'd swear down, it's not. Do you have a time limit on your challenge at all, mate? Maybe it's a bit closer. If you don't have a time challenge, I'll say, come on, chill it out a little bit. What did you play? Inferno? Was that on a funded account? For a funded challenge? What was that on? No time limit on final one. Just being patient. That's it, bro. That's it, Callum. That's it, mate. Top man. Yeah, my full advice would be, bro, don't even mess with these markets, man. Don't mess with these markets. They're not the markets to be forced. Bro, even if you need 0.5%, see yourself down a further % away from your target is not good. Plus, it does your mental. If you place a trade you didn't want to place, but you only placed it because you wanted to. Do you know what I mean? Don't act off emotions. I mean, I think you got it. I think you got it all calm, anyways. But try your best not to act off emotions. Do you know what I mean? I'll be honest. That's one of the best advice I could give someone. Honestly, don't let shit thoughts get in front of your discipline strategy, right? This is why I say try and write out, bro. Try and write out this, bro. Is this EU sales? Yeah, bro. This is EU. Just have to play this. Yeah, for real. Lesson in life as well, man. I'll be honest, boys. You can take most of these. You can take most of these tips away, innit? You can take most of these tips away and it be used in fucking most situations. That's why trading's brilliant. Trading builds character, boys. I always say this, trading's a lifestyle. Trading's not just a job, it's a fucking lifestyle. You completely change your outlook on life. Like, boys, if you saw me 10 years ago, I mean, I was fucking 12. I probably didn't even know what baiting was at that point. Do you know what I mean? I was probably still, I don't even know. At that point, I still didn't even know girls pooed. Do you know what I mean? Like, so not 10 years ago, right? Go back 5 years. 5 years, I was what? 17? I was 17, right? Mate, boys, I was learning trading at that point. I was pissing around and all that game. But like my lifestyle was way different, man. Way more. I wouldn't say knit, but I would say like I was just not good, you know, not getting anywhere, no growth in my life. Once I started really knuckling down with trading, that's when I pulled my socks off. Pulled my socks off. That sounds kind of sexual. Pulled my socks up and took my thong on and just put a pair of pants on. That's when I actually started doing well. And no, okay. I'm gonna shut it there just in case. No, I'm still demo. Gonna do 10k challenge rules. Nice. Well, that's what Inferno. Is it a demo? Are you doing the FTMO like the trial? If you're not, I'd say do that, bro, because that really does help with just understanding and keeping within rules of a prop firm, right? FTMO being having some real good rules. But are you just placing like a MetaTrader demo or what? Bro, I put BE after 50 pits running, now I'm out. No, you ain't, bruv. What's that on, user? What you want? What's that on you? So many jokes I'm gonna let slide right now. No, Wiggy, bring him in. What the name, fam? What do you mean, bro? Who the hell are you talking to? Who the fuck? This is why it's classed to be in the lives, because everyone's constantly progressing. It's 100%, man. 100%. That's what I need help with, understanding the rules of a prop firm. I'm just on MetaTrader demo account at the moment. Fair play, bro. Ask me any questions. This is why I'm here in Inferno, bro. Ask me any questions about prop firm account. I've been trading prop firms pretty much the majority of my time trading, so I'm pretty much G to answer anything really with a prop firm. So feel free to answer anything. The thing is, you will be able to do you'll be able to get a rules list, like full rules list. And this is the thing about our strategy and why it's sort of key to trade around prop firms, because our strategy is sort of, the rules are all kept within any prop firm you'll be able to use the strategy with, which I think is key, because the position I'm in now, or the position you should be really, once you've got your strategy, once your psychology's good, once you start obviously proving that you're profitable to yourself. I mean, you don't need to prove to it. It's the thing as well, boys. Stop fucking trying to prove to other people that you're profitable, man. I'll be honest. If you're profitable, you've got nothing to prove. For real. If you can prove it to yourself, that's all that matters. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't stop trying to prove it to other people. I see that bears now in the industry. People try and fucking, do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm profitable. I've got this trade. Like, it's just, it's nice to have a conversation about it, but like, say for example, if you got someone coming now and be like, just say some absolute grease, oh, you're not profitable. Yeah, just talk grease. I mean, like, more time those people are the unprofitable ones. But if you focus on yourself, boys, fuck you not, you're gonna get there a lot quicker. So try not, if you're one of them guys that seems to just hate on other people, just fuck knows why, in trading, just stop in it, because you're gonna climb so much quicker if you just stop talking shit, man. I promise you, man. All the people that talk shit in trading, none of them are profitable, because their priorities and what other people think about them. Do you know what I'm saying? Not their own opinion on themselves. Come on, Roddy. Right, so I wanna see. Why not the hourly low? Because my trades, it's just my model, bro. If I take Asia buy side liquidity, my TP's looking for Asia low. And we're in uncertain markets right now, man. Where's the hourly low? The hourly low. Well, the thing is, that's a big external low. Aim for it, bro. Not bad TP, but in an uncertain market, you just want to get your wins and get the fuck out of there. If you're someone that looks for efficiency, my TP makes sense. If you're someone who can stay in a trade for a long amount of time, and be honest with yourself, right? Just be honest with yourself. Are you someone that can sit in a trade, not fucking sit and watch the chart and not get stressed, not be like, oh, stop, let's break even, oh, I'm going to move my TP a little bit closer, or this and that. If you're someone that does that, stop aiming for so much, man. Because you're removing a very key part of a strong psychology is efficient trades. This is one of the most important things in trading, is efficiency. If you've got efficiency, right, mate, your mind doesn't even have enough fucking time to think. So if you're aiming for big TPs, if you're a swing trader, for example, aiming for bigger TPs, it doesn't even have to be a swing trader. If you're aiming for big TPs, you're going to be able to trade for a little bit longer amount of time. And just question to yourself, right, do I want to be that type of guy who's in a trade, worried, am I the type of person, to get in a trade, be worried, bumholes going, I've got no more fingernails, I've somehow chewed my toenails off, I don't think I can even get my mouth around my toes, not that I've tried. Not that I've tried, right? Fine, I've tried 3 or 4 or 5 times, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. It doesn't matter, does it? But you know what I'm trying to get at, right? I hope. Minus the foot thing, minus the toes and all that game. GU struggling to push down. We've already had our big move down, bro. GU's bumhole's already completely and utterly gone, really. We've already moved 126 pips. And we've already grabbed the external low, so we might even see price come back up, come back into London, mitigate, continue. If we want to continue the bearish move for the day. But GU's done the move it's needed to do this morning, right? It's grabbed Asia's high from European session, grabbed Asia's low in European session, and now we've got New York, which pretty much took the external low. So internal liquidity is favoured right now. Some horrible fair value gaps in the 1 hour. Why didn't the hourly fair value gap not hold? Sorry, what's that on, bro? What pair is that on? Are you profitable? Yes, I am, bro. Hey, you need link to join. To join the Discord, bro. That's the link there. Just copy and paste that link that Stoob just pinned. If you copy and paste it, you should be able to just put it into your web browser. Safari, Google, Yahoo if you're a weirdo, Bing if you're even more of a weirdo, Firefox if you're like on a different level of weird. Firefox. Alright, speak up now if you use Firefox. I'm gonna have to ban you from ever coming in these lives. Yeah, copy and paste that link, bro. Yeah, bro, I knew you'll put break even after 50 pips. Wait, how did you get fucking stopped out then, bro? How did you manage to get stopped out? No way Firefox is still a thing, innit, bro? There's no way, innit? Firefox is a thing. Download Firefox to desktop. Mate, I bet like 30 people in the whole of the UK have pressed that button. That link to get me there. I use Brave. What the fuck? Brave? Is that really a search engine? Oh yeah. Bro, it looks like I made that. When that was made? 2016. Why the hell would you use that, and how the hell do you even know about that? Oh, there's actually bears. I didn't know there was bears. I thought there were only a few in the world. Who would bother making shit like Firefox when there's already a thing like Google? Like, in all seriousness. Seems really weird. Seems like just a stupid market to go into. Just a quick thing, and if you don't really care, would you mind explaining why? Wait, did I miss one? Oh, sorry, mate. Bro, EU bullish on hourly. Just a quick thing, and if you really don't, and if you don't care, would you mind explaining why? Cool, so I don't mind, bro. So EU, the reason why we're going for the bearish move, right, is mainly the market sentiment, okay? And this is really key thing to point out. I'm not too sure what your name is, bro. I'm gonna say Y2 or Enzo, right? Your name's Enzo, I think. So Enzo, the main reason why we're looking for the shorts on EU favoured is because, bearing in mind, right now the US have applied a lot of tariffs towards a shit ton of countries. But obviously EU being one of the main ones that's getting hit. Okay, they're getting hit by, I can't remember their reciprocal tariffs, but they've obviously had base tariffs of 10%, and then they're going to get a further, I can't even remember, a further 26% or maybe even higher. Can't actually remember now. But they're going to get hit with big more tariffs, which is really going to fuck the EU, really. The EU sends a lot of stuff over to the US. The EU sends a lot more than obviously what the US sends to the EU. And the thing is that is quite good about the US as well is, and what they're trying to do is they're obviously trying to bring manufacturing back to the US. They've got good services, right? And the thing is about EU, the only thing that's really going to survive in the economy is the services in the EU. The things about services, obviously, not like goods. Obviously, services aren't a tangible item. It's not an import of a good. So services don't get hit with tariffs. So that's why the EU's going to get hit, not as bad, because I think they do a lot of banking with US. But obviously, the manufacturing side is really going to get hit. You're probably going to see unemployment hit some highs. You're probably going to see inflation hit some highs. You're probably going to see a lot of big companies like Volkswagen and stuff have really low earnings, which obviously will negatively affect the euro itself. So I'm really going for those short the euro. I'm not massively bullish on the dollar, but it's more just the fact that the euro is obviously that bearishness. But I'm not really looking at. Let's go on the hourly time frame. So for me, really, bro, we got the hourly time frame is really not the best time frame for this. Ranges are quite shit in the 1 hour. Oh man, I thought I got fucking taken off then. My bummer went. Oh, what the hell happened there? I thought I did a verification thing. I mean, to be honest, bro, on the hourly, I can't even see. There's not any much ranges, but realistically, where we're at now, our last London session, which was here, we've obviously broken through these lows here. Okay. Plus, this is the beginning of the week, right? And how the day started is that we started off with a prior day low, which is a lovely sweep of liquidity. Oh, is it 40%? Yeah, that's crazy. It's even more than I thought. Is it 40% overall? Is it 40% just reciprocal? Or is it 40% overall still? It's high, innit? It's high. It's very high. So we realistically, but obviously, just want to be shorted in terms of that sentiment. So the start of the week, we had the perfect move of the prior day low getting swept, and then we had the push into the prior day equilibrium, which was perfect for us to start selling off. And then obviously through London, we had the confirmation of the sell. Bear in mind, we're in this phase here, right? We're in this bearish move here. This here was a completely different story. In terms of the markets here, we was looking at bullish euro for the time being, bearish dollar, which is this run here. But now we're in a complete different phase of the market. Now we're seeing complete different fundamental news. We're seeing a euro come crashing down with those big tariffs. Some of them in place now. But I think the shorts were a really good position this morning, especially after grabbing that buy side liquidity and the liquidity sweep of those Asia highs. I think were really sweet for the move. I personally didn't get in this one. This is something I think I'm pretty sure Lou got in it. I'm not 100% sure, but he did have it. I haven't actually spoke to him since, actually, to be fair. But I didn't get anything. I'm not really looking to get in anything at the moment because I want a bit more. I want a bit more of a fundamental bias after these tariffs get put out. Plus, obviously, inflation coming up, bank earnings. There's a lot of big stuff coming up. So, I am saving myself for some big newses, right? Some big newses, which I think is very key. You catch GU. This is what I had on GU. It didn't quite come to my entry. I actually favoured GU because the pound is obviously quite weak right now. And that was shown quite early in the morning that the pound was a lot weaker. Didn't quite come back to my entry. I think it was like 3 pips off. 2 point, yeah, just like 2 pips. I wasn't looking to play again. I wasn't looking to place anything anyways. But it was some beautiful moves for the day nonetheless. GJ was brilliant through this one, even through London or European session. This entry was sort of nearer just sort of the cloak between Asia and European Open. But this was really nice. This is what I was looking at pre-London this morning as well. Yes, Judy. We good? Did you get anything today, Enzo? Did you get anything today or not? Or did you get in that EU? Boys, I'm live on YouTube as well. If you want to go jump on there, you can actually see my full screen. I just want to see how this EU finishes off for the day. We're getting a possible reversal here. Again, we're still within this same phase though. Still within this same phase. DXY is still in. So look, we're still in the phase. Yeah, we're still in this. We actually broke that higher now. So we actually did end up breaking that high. We haven't yet come to that Asia high, which in my opinion, got to get a grab, man. We're so close to it. I think it only makes sense for us now to come up and grab that. As you can see, we have had some activity off the DTO. We've seen it come up to it, come back down, surpass it, use it as now a support level, and now it looks like we could possibly come back up. Sorry, come back down to the DTO for that further move to the upside. I think New York's actually moving quite nice. I thought we was going to get a bit of a weird day today and tomorrow, but it's not moved awful, to be honest with you. It hasn't moved the worst. I think we can definitely take some positives and some positives from it, really. Yeah, I'd say Inferno, definitely go for those FTMO challenges, man, because they're the trial ones. They're quite good if you're looking to do it on there, because I reckon it's just a good invitation into sort of how prop firms work and trading on a prop firm account. Milking the shorts, no. Oh no. No, it meant getting sales, Julie. He meant sales. Have you not been getting in the sales for Nasdaq? I just think it's mad the way you can see the same thing as well. Yeah, got you on a 50-minute fair value as we were already bearish before sweeping the high. Yeah, lovely stuff, Enzo. Man, great minds think alike. Great minds think alike. Raps, trillions, Chinese stock market. Oh my days, bruv. Listen to this. This is mad, bruv. Apparently today's China's worst financial day for the stock market since 2008. Since the 2008 crash. US stocks futures drop as investors fear another Black Monday. Holy shit. Black Monday, that was awful. UK and German stocks futures fall over 4%. That is awful. Japan suspends Nikkei 2025 stock futures trading due to circuit breaker. Wow. Taiwan stock market trading halt. Circuit breaker triggered. That's crazy. Mark Cuban says don't sell it, rebound, just ensure win. Mr. Cool Mark Cuban. Shout out Mark Cuban, man, it's cold. I'm only part human. What did you say, sorry? Don't you trade, I can't lie, drop a follow even you're moving and trading fits my style. Come on, my bro, Enzo, I'll drop you a follow as well, man. Wow, bro, I appreciate you. Afternoon Gaff decided to beat MFX today and must say I'm loving it. I hope you're enjoying it too. Come on, my broski. I'm loving it. Every day above ground, we're loving it, mates. DXY take the higher, bruv. Trust me, it's taking a mickey, innit? Taking the mick. It's literally like getting edged. Okay, sorry. Take it back. I'm bullish short term on Euro USD. Fair play, bro. Why is that? Yeah, I thought that's it. Did you see continuation DXY? Sorry, man, I missed it. Yes, Swift. What we saying, bro? But in terms of yeah, why are you bullish long term, bro? Take the high, bro. It's true though, man. Just take the high. Stop taking the piss, completely taking the mick. EG still trading to the upside, which is mad. We still having that trade to the upside. We're still within the same range, so we'll see if price wants to continue lower off. Or if we can... I'm not even going to answer that question, Clips, man. God no, man. Just know I'll be fuming. I answered your question anyways, knowing it. I'll be fuming. On a 5-minute entry on a fair value gap. But when you say short term, bro, sorry, what? How short? How short do you mean? Because for me, short term would be like a week. Not a week, more like a couple of days, a day, a couple of days. So what do you mean by lower time? Do you mean how short? 1 tick time frame. Let's go on a 1 tick time frame. Have you got to buy expert? How much is expert trading view? To be fair, just know if you've got to pay for that, you seriously need to reevaluate. How much is it? £100 a month. What? £100 a month for what? What else do you get? £100 that is. What a waste of money. What a waste of money. I'm trying to delete you. Can you get off my day? 1 tick time frame. What does that even mean as well? Let's give it that 3 minute. Yeah, you just get a few. Can't lie, you make me crack up. I know what type of guy you are. Come on. I'm still using a free version of TV. Don't know if I should get a subscription for it. You don't need a subscription for it, man. I'll be so real, because I would even say you need backtesting on this, man. Backtesting, you would go for FX replay. So you don't even need to pay for TradingView, I don't think. We've got an indicator that pretty much has like 3 different indicators within it. 2 different indicators within it. Macy, the mentor is $60 a month. Yeah, something like that, bro. James, I think it's like $58 a month or something with that. Maybe they're long setups tomorrow. Mate, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would be careful with the longs. I'd say that the long opportunity is there, but just obviously be careful, you know. Oh, swear down. Oh, that's calm then. That's calm then, Clips. But honestly, I don't think you even need... bro, I've got like the most simplest trading view. I don't even know why I've got it as well, to be honest. I don't even know what it gives you, actually. It's quite good for me to have replay mode, obviously, just because I'm sitting on... What the fuck is this? Mate, you'd be an idiot to pay £100 a month for TradingView. TradingView doesn't even give you the right fucking figures either, to be brutally honest with you, man. It's lagged, completely lagged. You'd be silly to buy that. You hit that gap trade this morning, GDP. No, I missed by like 2.5 pips. I think it was like 2.2 pips I missed by. Literally 2.2 pips. Yeah. 2 pips. I was unlucky on there, man. But to be honest, I wasn't looking to get anything anyways today, to be honest, lads. Purely the market uncertainty is just It's making it hard. There's a lot of big news is coming out this week that we just want to make sure we're not caught on the other end of. We don't want to get filled up. You know what I'm saying? We don't want Zeman in us. Hey Jarvis, downgrade trading view. I just lost trading view like probably like a couple £100. Potential EG 4-hour CRT. Let's have a look if that shit's forming. That's nice. We still got like 10 minutes for that closure though. And that's a con. Oh, we do have a potential there. We'll see if it closes. EG is very bullish at the moment. It's kept that bullishness for quite a while as well, to be honest. So we'll see if we do get this form of reversal at some point. At the sell on G. Oh, lovely stuff showcase, man. Yeah, I was very close to getting in. We managed to get in. Well, nice. GU was the more efficient of the two. Definitely more efficient than the two. Yeah, difficult time. Yeah, I would say so. It is a very difficult time. Missed that one too. Yeah, it's unlucky, man. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not. The thing is, I'm not too. I would kind of rather not be in a trade right now, because when the market is uncertain, for me, my psychology, it doesn't drop, because but your psychology has to be literally iron. Like it's got to be strong. So that's the reason why it's difficult for a trader, because this is when you start acting erratic and for some reason trading something stupid you don't normally trade, or trading a different model because you've not seen a trade for a week. Self-belief is crazy in trading. If you've got self-belief, you'll make it. If you don't, you probably won't make it, to be real. We'll see where this goes. This is the fair value we had it out from pre-London, and the DTO, in case obviously price did want to flip and reverse it. Can't remember that tune. We're right here. You put it around and play this one. How did that GU go? How did that GU sell go? Did you actually get in? You managed to get in. But no, Flox, I like how you. I actually like how you didn't get into that, because I didn't. I personally didn't either. You probably must have had a similar setup. Did you have a similar setup? This is EU, but this is GU. Did you have a similar sort of setup? I was looking more on the 5 minute for entry. I'm an EU buyers and in profit. Lovely stuff, Kim. Fair play, bro. That's what I like to hear. I never know if I can watch Bloomberg or not, man. I never really know if I'm allowed to. I'm not in EU. I think Lou's in EU though. I haven't actually asked him yet, to be fair. I'm pretty sure Lou's in EU. I'll be able to see how we do react to this range. We've just grabbed the high of the range, I believe. Let me just move this to less. I can't fucking see shit. Yeah, JPY will be tanking, man. We took this higher, so we'll see what we do. If we have a closure above, then we can only assume we're getting a bit of a reversal here. JPY tanking. There's the Yenny. Oh, it's booming. Pound's booming. No, it is literally just the yen. Yeah, nice Flox. Yeah, very similar, bro. Very similar. Very, very similar. I just call them GU buyers off that 5 minute demand. With this area here. I think Stu got in on that DTO. It had a really nice reaction to the DTO though. It started to have a really nice move. But we are getting a decent bit of bullish move now, to be honest. So I broke that low. How to get your bias for the day? Normally it's what Asia Session does for one. What Asia Session does, and in regards to Asia Session, what points of interest could we also come in and fill? Like for an example, right? On EU, we came. Filled in imbalance on, was it the 30 minute? No, it was the 15. What time frame was it, bro? What time frame was it on? What time frame was it on? Not on the 15? It wasn't the 15. It's pretty much this area of order blocks on the left where price calm, and that was that last little push up as well. Not only that, we had the yesterday's, was it London session? Exactly where price was there. So one, it's always nice to see what Asia Session done. So did it accumulate? Did it push up? Did it push down? Up at Asia Session. 2, points of interest coming off. Is there anything that in regards to where we're going to take liquidity, is there a point of interest that's also favouring it? And then number 3, I'll be looking at fundamentals as well, seeing if my narrative actually fits what the market's going on for. So Asian liquidity is 1, 2 is point of interest, 3 is the fundamentals. If you've got all those 3, that should really give a really good bias. I'm new to trading, here to learn. I wouldn't say, if you're new to trading, I wouldn't say automatically jump into sort of biases for the day. I'd say it's a bit more of a complex thing to learn. The first thing to learn really is sort of structure, right? I'd say that's probably the best thing to look at. Structure is very, very important. Are you going to come tomorrow? What? What's that? What do you mean, bro? What do you mean, bro? Are you going to come tomorrow on live? Oh, on live. We was live yesterday. Yeah, we'll probably have to be back on this account for London, but we are normally on 2 accounts, boys. This is our second account, by the way. This is our main account. This is our main account, boys. This one. This is just our backup account in case this one gets taken off. As you can see, got suspended. Got suspended. You managed to get suspended. It's actually bollocks though, the way you got banned right at the end. That's crazy. Yeah, boys. Also, go follow up the main account though, man. Follow that shit up. We're live on both accounts pretty much. Whenever we don't have a ban on say this account, we'll be on that account. If we've got a ban on this account, then we'll probably be on this account. But we send the announcement into the Discord every single time we're live in it, so make sure you're in the Discord. Sorry if you answered a question I didn't hear. You still in the EU trade from this morning? I'm personally not in the EU trade, bro. I'm personally not in it. I didn't want to get into anything today. I need some more fundamental bias of where price is moving and what market. So I'm being very cautious right now, as I have had to be for the last few months. But it's benefited me quite nicely. But this position, yeah, still in, man. I mean, you wouldn't be looking to get out of positions like this. Thought Lou put one on. Yeah, this is the one that Lou got in on. I'm saying, me personally, I didn't. This is the EU he got in. Slappo thought talking smack about Paul's girls. Actually, why? Is that actually why? That's such a shit reason, though, man. Unless it was like proper filth, like just absolutely cruising through them. So structure. So which time frame structure you use for your main bias? Well, you got both really. I mean, you got structure of both formats. You got structure in terms of time, sort of more price, and then you got structure of time. But the way you look at structure of time, again, I would say is a bit more of a deeper concept. I feel like keeping time and price is very important, right? But at the start of trading, learning price is definitely the first thing to learn. So don't worry about time at the moment. But in terms of price, there's no time frame to these charts as well, boys. There's no time frame that works best. It's just whatever works best for you. These markets are fractal, so what that means is what happens on the lower will happen on the higher, vice versa. Whatever happens on the higher will inevitably happen on the lower. So there's no specific good time frame. It just depends on how long you want to be in your trades for, right, and how manipulative. Look at it this way, right? The lower time frame your trade is on. So let's say, yeah, the lower time frame. Say time frame. This is time frame. So the axis on the left is time frame. The axis on the bottom is just completely gone out of my head now. Manipulation. So one side you got time frame, one side you got manipulation. The higher the time frame, the lower the manipulation. So normally, obviously, how you'd point this high, and obviously low manipulation would be a low time, low time frame. High manipulation would be a low time frame. So realistically, if you're trading on a lower time frame, there's a higher chance of higher manipulation, right? Vice versa. If you're on a higher time frame, there's going to be a lot less manipulation. But that's why it's quite important to make sure to sort of see what fits you best, right? When you try clothes on, you probably, or when you try jeans on, for example, you don't automatically just jump in and fucking wear your first jeans. You probably have to get them altered. You probably got to fit the right waist as well, the right inseam. Do you know what I mean? Like, it takes a little bit of time to gauge a real meaning of it, right? The real time frame to use for you, again, for you, not for what actually works, but for you. Maze, what was you and Lou doing before trading? What was you lot's 9 to 5? Well, I didn't even make it to 9 to 5 really. I was in college when I pretty much started to become profitable. It was just after college really. But yeah, I was college till I was obviously 18, and then I went back to college because I wanted to learn T-level construction and get into sort of the quantity surveying side of things. Lou was doing the same. Lou was half at uni, half doing quantity surveying. But yeah, found trading, man. I ain't looked back since, to be honest. And as soon as I started getting alright at trading and started getting a few funding accounts and that, I just left college, innit? I left college, just dropped out. Bro, I ain't fucking doing this. Come on, mate. Come on, bro. So dropped out. I worked part-time for a bit. And then, yeah, man, made it out. Mate, it's good. It's brilliant. And to be honest, boys, now I've made it out. Now I can do whatever the fuck. Not whatever the fuck I want. Obviously not, because there's still laws. Do you know what I mean? I'd love to break some laws. Okay, there's no joke about the R1. But in terms of like, you've now got time to yourself. You know, you've got time to yourself. Trading don't take a massive part of your. Trade doesn't take all your time, and if it does, then you're trading wrong. So reevaluate how you're doing it. Buying funded this week. V, if you want to get a funded account, bro, Get it from Alpha Capital Group. We've got a 15% off code if you use code RICHESS. RICHESSE. You'll get 15% off your account, bro. Plus, it also plus when we do this, if you buy accounts of ACG with our code, it gives us more funded accounts to give away. We give away funded accounts every single Friday, boys. Every single Friday, we give away a funded account. Okay. If you want to be in a chance to win those funded accounts, you've got to be in a Discord, boys. So make sure you're in there. Made it out, never made it in. Come on. That's a big flex, though. I reckon it can still tap Asia low. I reckon so. There's nothing really telling me that we've favoured the buyers yet. Obviously, we came up to this high, but I had a reverse straight off of it. So I started in January this year, flipped 290 into 6k in 3 days. Lovely, high risk but nice. Just past my funding, lovely stuff, bro. It's good that you didn't lose. It's good that you didn't lose that money after, man, because a lot of people would do that and within the next 3 days have lost it all. Down 8% on funded as of now. No sweat, Josh. It just goes to show you got a little bit more tweaking to do. A little bit more tweaking to do. What's your model at the moment, Josh? Boys, by the way, YouTube, do me a favour. If you're not subbed, go sub to us. We've actually gained bare subs in the last month. We've probably gained about. Well, let me have a look at the analytics, man. I reckon we've actually gained. I've got it on this phone, don't I? Let's have a little look. We'll go to YouTube Studio. I reckon last month we've had at least yeah, what strategy do you trade? Sorry, bro. How do you fucking have a look? Analytics. So in 28 days we've got 200 subs. That's quite good, man. Let's keep that shit up, boys. Let's keep that shit up. Liquidity. What do you mean, bro? Could you explain your model to me? Type shit. You ain't gotta go into too much detail. I think I need to go throw some darts. I think you do, Stu. Honestly, to be honest, it might even be one of those weeks, Stu, where it's Bloomberg in the ear, darts in the hand, I think. What would you say your style of trading is? SMC, ICT? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't like saying SMC or ICT, really. The ICT concepts, but I mean, model, yeah, I'd say it is sort of ICT. But I just like calling it the Asia liquidity strategy, to be honest, because it is ICT, but then I've got parts of other pieces of trading in there. What my strategy is based off all of the stuff I've learnt in the 6+ years I've been trading, and that's how I forged my plan. That's how you really forge a plan. Just all the concepts you use, try them all together, see which ones fit, which ones don't. Whatever ones don't, throw them away. Whatever ones do, keep them in. It's just like a puzzle, boys. It's like if you're giving fucking. It's pretty much just like a puzzle. And sometimes it might take a long time to complete that puzzle, you know? And what a frustration. The thing is about these New York streams, the market don't fucking move, bruv. For real, I jumped on at 12:30. Yeah, here. I jumped on here. The market has moved here in that time. Like an hour and a half. But that's the slowest price action we've had all day, as soon as I jump on live. Excellent. Fucking hell, GB 10 years back up though, man. Right, that's mad. We actually have come all the way back up. Where's the money getting poured into then, bruv? VIX is coming down, so where are these funds going to? We have to keep our eyes peeled for that. Is it best to stay out on Monday, mate? I'd say so, bro. Monday is not the best day. Sometimes it's always good to have the first. I mean, it's like, think about it this way. This is why I like to think about it, right? I mean, like, if, say for an example, if you get hit by a fucking. Nah, it's not a good analogy. But let's just say it's a lot more easier when you've got something to work with, you know? So much easier to work with. When you've actually got. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Oh, 7:15 time frame. Nice, bro, nice. Any specific highs or lows? Because the only thing is, liquidity is not always at, doesn't always react in the same way. For example, internal and external. So if you've got internal here, and obviously we've got external. If we're at an internal liquidity, we're looking to reverse and to sort of reverse. If we're looking at externals, we're sort of waiting for price to reach a peak and then start trading down, and then again kind of getting in that internal liquidity. I think the best way to trade liquidity is definitely with fair values, because you can use those as targets. If you're using the break, then you're looking at a reverse trade against the trend normally. So that's why normally it is quite hard to trade the strategy like that, and it probably isn't actually all round profitable, just because how many losses you'd get trading against the trend. Like what Lou said this morning, there's about 30% of your trades will hit stop loss, even if you're not against the trend. 30 trades will come through. So that means vice versa. If you flip that, 70% of trades will go against you. So now you're sort of working uphill, sort of an uphill battle, if you may, to get profitable, because you need to have some better. What's that? Because you need to have more trades, pretty much, right? You're going to have way more losers than winners, and sometimes psychologically that is definitely a challenge that people have. GJ's tanked it, bro. Tanked it. GJ's fucking coming. But anyway, boys, I'm going to jump off stream now. It's quarter past 2 now. I can't get fucking taken off on another account for today. But yeah, boys, I'm going to hop off. EU is looking like the sort of the one for the day. G sadly didn't come true. I'm still going to keep my eyes on the market. I'm going to be watching fundamentals pretty much for the rest of the day now. Yeah, pretty much going to be watching it for the rest of the day now. So if you boys want to drop me a message and we can talk fundamentals, it ain't going to be the funniest conversation, but that's what I'm going to be looking at for the rest of the day, just to catch my narrative for the next few weeks, hopefully. TikTok, love you, man. Take care. Make sure you drop a follow, especially on the main account as well, MMFX. But yeah, I'll see you boys tomorrow. Sweet. YouTube, my fucking familia. You know the love, boys. I'll catch you, man, later. Exact same what I said, boys. You want to give me a shout for anything I've said today. For people that I've had conversations with, feel free to drop me a message. I'm sure I can help you a little bit further as well. But just drop me a message and I can see what I can do for you, boys. But yeah, appreciate you, man. Make sure you sub if you're not subbed. We're looking to grow all of our socials now, so make sure you're subbed and you're supporting. But boys, appreciate you, man.